What's going on, guys? Um, I will get right into it. So, one of the conversations I've been wanting to have is regarding moving with fear. Man, as someone that grew up with a pretty limited mindset, I realized that I had a crippling fear of life. The thought of living life in the way that I see it now is terrifying. I always knew that I wanted to live my life in a certain way, but I was always so scared, of, a deep fear of rejection, which is something I'm still working on, but fear of rejection, okay, what if I do this, but what if it doesn't go how, or what if people don't like it, or what if this, or what if that, especially with creating. That is something that I've really had to work really, really hard on getting over. And honestly, this is partially, I'm doing this partially to continue to help me get over my my fear of rejection when it comes to creating, because over the years I've learned that we all have a creative energy within us, and it's so important to share it because creativity is an international language. We all speak it, we all understand it, and it connects us at such a deep level. So I'm always for encouraging creativity and creative expressions, however it comes out, right? For some people, it could be through fashion, painting, singing, music, in any aspect, writing, reading, who knows how. Literally anything can harness creative energy. So I'm always such a big advocate of, friends or just people that decide to pursue those creative endeavors, because it's so beautiful to put that stuff out into the world. That's your most vulnerable self, because when we create, we get into the deepest version of ourselves into that creation. I don't want to limit it to art, because people could create however, so that's why I'm trying not to say art, but so it is scary to create. And I know that's something that I struggle with, is that fear, because it is my most vulnerable self. As a kid, I loved drawing, painting, music, but I would always put a lot of my feelings and emotions into it, whether they be good or bad, but I put all my energy into it. So for me now, reconnecting with my creative side, it's the same thing. I create from a place of deep emotion, and I know a lot of us do, so I'm not saying it's just me, but because of that, and because of just these deeply ingrained fears, it's sometimes really hard for me to be all right, cool, here it is, and not be butthurt if somebody says yuck, you know what I mean, or whatever. I'm taking that to heart, and I'm trying not to, because everybody has the right to express themselves however they want. But I promise you, if I share art and you hit me with a yuck, what is this? I'm breaking down. And I shouldn't, because, again, something else that I'm working on is having control over my emotional state and not allowing externals to control it. But that's a work in progress every day. But yeah, that's so, I know I went on a bit of a tangent. I'm going to go on a lot of tangents. So there's really no structure to any of these, but but it's important to, I think, really lean into those things that we fear and make the best out of them, So, like I said, this is me trying to get over that fear of rejection when it comes to creating, because there's a lot of creative projects and creative endeavors that I want to and will be pursuing, and I have to get over that, because who cares? You know what I mean? 7.2 billion or something like that people on this planet. If a handful of people don't like it or don't, share it or don't support it, like, who cares? I believe, I don't know, I was watching something recently, but I don't remember who said it. So if you guys know, please let me know. But it was basically somebody being like, yo, like, share your art, share your creations. Who cares if your immediate people don't support it or don't repost it? Like, that's a handful of people in comparison to the rest of the world. The fact that you would surrender or like give up on your dream because of a few people that didn't repost your IG, like story or whatever, is crazy. Because if you stay consistent, eventually, and you put your energy into it, and you put your all into it, obviously, like, you want to do your best at what you're doing. But if you stay consistent, eventually it's going to hit a crowd that's going to love it. And that crowd is going to ride for you, and they're going to support you in everything that you do. So, moving with that energy, it's like, sometimes you can get in your head about like, dang, bro, like, I'm really putting myself out here and y'all ain't going to say nothing. But that's not the right energy to have, right? Because just because somebody doesn't support your creation doesn't mean it's not worthy. So you have to put your energy into it, but also understand that, like, the worth of those creations or that creativity or you putting yourself out there, in a vulnerable way, has nothing, like, it doesn't lie in somebody else's hands. Like, you have to believe in yourself and your ability to create, and understand that by you putting this out there and by you putting your energy into this and by you being vulnerable, it's going to inspire people to do the same. And like I said at the beginning, creativity is an international language, and that's our most vulnerable way, in my opinion, of connecting with others and just showing our art, showing the things that we love and the things that we create. Again, it doesn't have to be visual arts or music or whatever your creation is, however you decide to express that, but sharing that with the world helps me understand you a little bit better, right? Like, by you putting that out there and being like, all right, this is me, it's like, oh wow, I didn't know you had this in you. Like, I didn't know this is who you were as a person, or whatever the case may be. So it opens up the opportunity to have these conversations that are necessary, right? Like, I want to know, like, when I talk to people, like, I want to know who they are as people. Like, I want to know what they think, how they feel. Like, I want to know these things. And it's not just because, like, whatever, but like, I think it's important to get to know our community, to get to know the people around us. So I'm rambling. I'm stopping right now. What I want to say is, I want to have a conversation, or at least put this out there, where I'm actively working on releasing those fears behind a lot of things in life, but specifically my creative aspects, my creative endeavors. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same. And I would love to have a conversation about this. So if you have any thoughts or feelings, opinions, comments, concerns, suggestions about what I just said, I'd love to open the door to have these conversations, because, again, I think some of these conversations need to be had. And yes, I would love to chat with you guys. So please drop a comment, or I don't know. However else, I'm gonna stop this now. Like I said, I ramble a lot, so please bear with me. I appreciate each and every one of you that took the time to listen. And if you enjoyed this, please share it with somebody that you think could benefit from this. And do the comment, like, subscribe thing. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.